You know those videos that open up a can of worms and the entire comment thread is just people arguing with one another? This is one of those. It's the Nerd Theorists. Fire in the hole! I fell off my chair. Oh, fuck. So Old World is out. Warhammer The Old World is back. It's all out. It's all there. Everyone can play it. There's two starter armies. You can be the Britonias or the Tomb Kings, and the rule book's out and all the gubbins that go with it. It's fully playable. However, there's problems. Obviously, there's always problems. Everybody seems to be arguing about the drilled special rule. So, the drilled special rule. Let's discuss it. Now, firstly, let's see what it says in the book. Drilled. Some regiments spend endless hours training to perform complex manoeuvres. And if you are drilled, unless it is fleeing, a drilled unit may perform a free, that word's important, a free redress the ranks manoeuvre immediately before moving. Once this manoeuvre is complete, the unit moves as normal. In addition, a drilled unit can march whilst within 8 inches of an enemy unit without having to roll a leadership test. That's not important. So, the important bit, unless it is fleeing, a drilled unit may perform a free redress the ranks manoeuvre immediately before moving. Once movement is complete, once the manoeuvre is complete, the unit moves as normal. So, the wording here is where the argument starts. Now, if we have a look at redress the ranks is a manoeuvre, and it says units can redress the ranks by moving models to or from their rear rank to decrease or increase the number of models in their front rank. A unit may use half of its movement in order to deduct up to 5 models from its front rank, not Frank isn't in this unit, or to add up to 5 models to its front rank. So basically, you can completely change the formation as so. I'm sure Dave will put up a nice little image without me having to hold the book up, but it's basically saying you can go from this to this or this to this for free if you have the drill. Now, the reason that's important is because the redress the ranks manoeuvre, the argument comes from charging. What people are saying is, if your unit is drilled, does that mean that when you are in marching formation, under normal circumstances, a unit in marching formation can declare a charge but can't perform that charge? So what people are saying is, does this mean that if your unit is drilled, you can be in marching formation and then, at the drop of a hat, in your movement phase, you can manoeuvre into a wide combat formation and then charge the enemy, all within one move? Because under normal circumstances, during a charge move, you cannot redress the ranks. You can't do it. It's not possible. So people are arguing, saying, well, surely that's not fair, because that means that you can march a fair distance and then all of a sudden change formation and charge in with a massive front rank or file, depending which, I can never remember which one's which. So there's many arguments. Now, what's important is the wording, like I've said, and I've already lost my bloody bookmark because I put the bookmark in to make sure that I wouldn't lose, because unfortunately, because of this situation, you're constantly jumping backwards and forwards from the rules, from one rule to another rule. So let's put that bit of paper back in there. Now, drilled, like I said, it may perform a free redress the ranks. Now, what does free mean? This is the problem, you see, because people are saying online that they have been to Warhammer World since the release, and the staff at Warhammer World have told them that yes, you can change formation and still charge. I need a lot of caffeine to get through this. But Is that an official stance? Is that what they're saying? This is the official stance. This is what's going to happen. Or is it just that the staff member that said that thinks that this is what's happening and therefore is making this decision on behalf of Games Workshop? Until we get an actual statement from Games Workshop saying this is the facts, or a Q&A where they say, we see a lot of people on Reddit arguing about this, we're just not going to know. So, the free thing needs clarifying. What does free mean? Because free could mean that under normal circumstances you can't redress the ranks in a movement phase, but this free means that you can. Or does it just mean that under normal circumstances, when you do redress the ranks, your movement is halved, which means that your charge distance would then be halved if you were allowed to charge. So does the free mean that your movement isn't halved and therefore your your distance is the same? Also, that someone pointed out that under normal circumstances, a unit in marching formation can declare a charge but not perform the charge. So what would be the point of that unless they could announce the charge, then change formation and then charge? That makes it more plausible. But as Dave pointed out earlier, because me and Dave have been discussing this, if you announce declare a charge on a fleeing unit, they're routed even if you don't actually perform the charge. So that could be why that's in place. The other thing is that it says once this maneuver is complete, the unit moves as normal. Well, what is normal? Because we don't know if it's halved or not. It's just a normal movement. The other thing is that when it says redress the rank maneuver immediately before moving, now does that mean immediately before the entire movement phase, or does it just mean before you move the models within the movement phase? We don't know. Me and Dave have been debating this all morning. We don't know. I hope you weren't watching this video hoping to get a definitive answer, because we don't know. So like I say, until Games Workshop actually announce it or do a Q&A, it's up in the air. I think the most important thing you have to bear in mind is that you are going to be playing with someone. If both of you agree that yes, you can charge after redressing, or no, you can't charge, it doesn't matter, does it? Because it's only the two of you playing. So if this is going to rear its ugly head, if you've got units that are drilled, you need to say to your opponent, what do you reckon? And you discuss it. Now, if you are at loggerheads and both of you, obviously the person that has drilled is going to say yes, you can charge, and the person that hasn't got drilled unit is going to say no, you can't. Flip a coin, or have a fight, or just walk away. Just say, balls, I'm not playing with you. You're cheating. So it doesn't really matter as yet, but it will matter when tournaments start. So Games Workshop are going to have to at some point say this is the definitive answer. For me personally, and this isn't the views of the Nerd Theorist channel, this is just me personally, because I don't think Dave agrees, I think yes, you can redress the ranks and then still charge. I think the drilled special rule, particularly if you have to buy it with points, I don't think it would be worth having unless you could charge after redressing. I don't think it is a massive issue. I think there will always be tactics that counteract it regardless. But even the wording, some regiments spend endless hours training to perform complex manoeuvres. That would suggest that they're marching and then at the drop of the hat they spread out and charge. But I could be wrong. And I very much would like to hear your opinions, all of them. Everybody, get your popcorn out, let's have a fight. What do you reckon? Can you charge? Can't you charge? Let's have it out. We're waiting to hear from you. In the meantime, don't forget to like and subscribe. There's going to be a lot of Old World content because me and Dave are both buzzing. And I think next up is going to be the discussion of legacy armies. Are they worth it? Should you have a legacy army, or should you just stick to the box sets, wait for them to come out, buy the models, or use your old models? I know my answer, but as this video has proved, and probably the comments have proved, nobody fucking listens to me. So enjoy the rest of your day. Have at it. Let's have a debate, a mass debate. Let's all mass debate together. Thanks for watching.